Hello everyone, this is Victoria from TRADEPRO Academy, and today we're going to be doing part 6 of our Forex mini-series as promised, the Australian dollar US dollar major pair. So let's dive into this. We'll be looking at TradingView and MT5 when we do our analysis, and next time we'll have the Euro USD for you guys, and after that, to wrap up our 8-part mini series, we're going to be looking at the US dollar, how we use it, and how you guys could use it in your Forex trading to create a bigger advantage. Without further ado, let's get started into this lesson. So the Australian dollar USD gold, the Australian dollar has such a high positive correlation with gold. We're going to be looking at a lot of gold today. As we mentioned before, Australia and the Aussie dollar's correlation with gold is massive, so we have to keep an eye on the gold market when we do trade this currency pair, along with other news events if any natural disaster should occur, or even tourism and migration, Australia and New Zealand. So the Australian economy depends on gold as it is a huge producer and exporter of this commodity. Just a little quick tidbit about the Australian dollar USD right here on our TradingView chart. You can see this red little blob at the bottom. This blobby little oscillator is gold in comparison to the Australian dollar USD. When gold is in a positive oscillation, we do expect the Australian dollar to rise in value, hence the very positive correlation. But right here you can see there is a somewhat drop while gold is still pressing higher. Let's dive further into this. So we're going to look at that little anomaly through TradingView first and then MT5. So like I said, next time we're going to be covering the Euro USD. So let's just dive into this analysis. Right here on the screen, as promised, we've got the Australian dollar on a daily right here to the left, and to the right, gold. So you can see very, very similar patterns, downward trending movement. If we zoom out a little, this is what gold looks like, and this is what the Australian dollar USD looks like. Pretty similar, right, guys? So if we do open up this little gold correlation down at the bottom here, let's see what it tells us. This is the main issue we have with this little correlation. I do recommend just looking at the gold chart, just because, look, on the way down you can see gold is in positive territory here on this little correlation blotch thing at the bottom, but as you can see from the chart, gold is pressing lower while the Australian dollar is dropping in relation to the US dollar. So this is a little more of a higher correlation indicator right here if you just look at the charts and the price action itself. Right here you can see gold has stalled out at this bottom. This was August 16th, right about in this area right here, but the Australian dollar does keep pressing lower. So if we see a rebound in gold back into maybe these 1240s, 1230s, 25s, this is huge resistance, we could probably see a rebound in the Australian dollar USD pair. So let's dive into MT4 and do some analysis there. Right here we've opened up the daily 1 hour and 30 minute. You can see huge downtrend here. These moving averages are holding as great resistance. You can see these little wicks that form right at these moving averages. Another helper is the MACD comes in, bounces off the 0 point mark and just continues lower. You can see the histogram widening, huge volatility swings comes here, head fakes into the moving average, and the MACD drops lower and continues this pattern. How long can it keep up this bearishness? I guess we'll just have to wait and find out, but for the meantime we have to play the range, guys. Right here on the 1 hour you can see very, very similar price action happening. Let's just make this a little smaller. There you can see it bounces off a few times, continues lower. Right here on the 30 minute, if we drop this down, you can see the same thing. So it's a little easier to qualify a sell entry, but guys, keep gold in mind and keep your stops in mind, as this downtrend has tested the moving average multiple times. The more it tests it, the weaker it can get. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 7, 8 times. That's many, many tests. On the 4th, on the 5th, that could have been a great entry, but now it's getting a little oversold here. We want to see the MACD continue its bearish trend and fail this 0 point mark, and price action fail these moving averages over and over again for us to keep our bearish sentiment. So again, guys, this was a quick little intro on the Australian dollar USD. If you like what you saw, jump into our Forex course. We go into great detail on trading pairs, Forex in general, and everything to do with Forex. Like I said, next lesson we're going to be looking at the Euro USD, and after that, the dollar index. I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini series, part 6. And this was Victoria from TradePro Academy. Like, subscribe, ring that little bell, because every morning we jump in the futures trading room and trade live with you guys, our TradePro family.